Alright, hello everyone and welcome back to my Minecraft Feed the Bee series, and we are back out at the Arcology today, where we are going to be back in our little mystic research room in here, if I can get through the door. Now you'll notice a few changes here. I've got these lecterns now that the books are on. And I didn't actually make these, I found them. If you remember in the last episode at this meadow village, there was that strange building. Well, someone in the comments said that it is a library, and that if I went in there, I could find pages for making other Mystcraft ages. And I did! I found these pages. So we got a savanna, desert, clear modifiers, villages, green, nether fortress, and mushroom island shore biome. Wow, that's a long one. And yeah, that found all of that just in that one library, so that is quite cool. I'm very happy that I did go take a look at that. And I also found these lecterns in there as well, so stole those and brought them here. They're quite cool. I actually like them more than the little pedestal things, whatever they're called. But that's enough of that. We are not going to be looking at Mystcraft today. I've still got some more experimenting on my own to do for that. Today, we're going to be coming over here to this chest that I've got prepped. Oh god, we're going to be working with Thaumcraft. Oh man. I gotta admit, I'm a little reluctant to start this, but there are so many good things with Thaumcraft. It's just, I have dabbled into it in the past on some servers I've played on, and oh, the time and energy commitment that exists for that mod is... oh, it's a lot. It's a lot. But it is fun, it does have a lot of cool things, and I actually do like the research aspect of Thaumcraft that we'll take a little bit of a look at here today. It's just that the time needed to put into it is, well, outside of my realm of possibility most days. So, actually, if we go back to here real quick, the first thing you need to build for Thaumcraft is a Wand of the Apprentice. All you need is a random shard. Doesn't matter what kind of shard it is, I just kind of grabbed a random this shard, a stick, and a golden nugget, and we get that. And if we put it in our hotbar, there you go, you can see it charging up, because we are probably near a node with how close, or how fast that is actually lighting up, or not lighting up, charging. Man, I cannot talk today. But yes, it's charging quickly, which is a good thing, because I actually have played with Thaumcraft on a world where I started like building a little mage hall or something like that, and there was actually no nodes around to recharge my wands. It was kind of sad. But what you need this wand for is to get started. You may put down a bookshelf, use your wand once it's charged up. Bam! Hit that. We got the little whoosh sound, and we now have a Thaumonomicon. Now this is probably the most important thing out of all of Thaumcraft, because this Thaumonomicon, if we right-click, is a guide to everything in the mod, which is beautiful. I really do love that this exists in here, because you do have to research everything. I mean, anything that's grayed out, we have no idea what it is yet, and these things that are flashing are things that we can research, but we just haven't yet, and these are ones we have to unlock stuff before them to then research those items. It's a whole long process, and what in the world are some of these things? Like I said, I've played with Thaumcraft before, but it was an older version of Thaumcraft. I believe this is Thaumcraft 3, I think. I'll be honest, I'm not 100% sure. And the last Thaumcraft I played with didn't have this stuff over here, which I'm guessing is for thaumic bees, considering, well, that's a bee. It also didn't have these up here. It went straight across there. It didn't have these items, so I'm actually really curious what those are. Okay, we'll get to that stuff later, but the main things for now that we're going to be messing with is these things right here. These are basically the, well, the basics. You've got like the arcane work table that you need to make, the crucible, you're going to need tables to do this stuff, scribing tools, all that, so let's just move right into it. Let's actually just use the power tool here, and we'll make some scribing tools, which is just a glass bottle, an ink sac, and a feather, and we get scribing tools. And we're actually going to need a couple of these, so let's just make 3 there, 3 there, and 3 there. Ooh, hold on one moment. I thought that's what I needed to do for that. Give me a sec. Let's open the Thaumanomicon. Thaumanomicon. Oh, I was wrong. It's just there. Again, wonderful thing to have, the Thaumanomicon. So I was trying to do way too much wood for this. It's actually much simpler to make the workbenches, which is always a plus when things are more simple than you originally thought. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. There we go, and we've got these tables, which I actually have used as decorations in a few other areas of the arcology, because it is a cool little table. I mean, look at it. It's wonderful. And what we're going to do here is we're going to place this down right here and hit it with our wand. And bam, we now have this arcane... Whoa, what's the actual full name so I don't mess it up? Arcane work table. Excellent. There we go. And this is what, well, one of the things you make your magical items, and you see the wand went into it when I activated it. And so whenever you make your magical items, it will use this from your wand, which is good. That, you know, it requires not only the items but also some power, and you can make better and better wands as you get better at all this Thaumcraft stuff that basically hold more vis in them, because, you know, this 50 vis will only last you for so long. And what we also need to make, if I do that and that, and ooh, believe I just need to put that. Yep, there we go. So you put 2 tables next to each other and then place your scribing tool on the table, and you get your research bench. Let's see if that is actually the correct name. Let's see, where do we go for that? Hold on. Oh yeah, research table, there we go. So that is the correct terminology, and it's got a whole lot of interesting information on it. You guys can read this on your time. But yeah, seriously, the Thaumanomicon, probably the best companion item that any mod has. I mean, it's just wonderful. You have all the information right at your fingertips, and it keeps track of it all. It's really cool. And so, yes, we have our arcane work table. Or, what's that? Yes, arcane work table. Then our research bench. And what these are used for, this is how you actually learn how to build your magical items. This is how you build it. And you also need a crucible, which, ooh, I think I put that in there. Yes, I did. And ooh, we're gonna need that too. Oh boy. I didn't actually think about this. We're gonna need both lava and water here. Oh man. Okay. Let me think about this here. We're gonna need some stone. Okay, now normally I would build this... Typically when I've played with Thaumcraft in the past, I build things underground, so I just dig into the bottom, but we've got an arcology here with floors and walls and all sorts of stuff. So let's build ourselves a little infinite water source right there. I've got water right here in my bag. So let's plop you and plop you. There we are. Now I'm sure that there's a much better way to make an infinite water source, but I'm just doing the basics here today. And what we need here is a lava, because the crucible that you need to basically put all of your stuff into to get various magical elements and make certain magical items, you need heated. So we've got some lava here, which should work just fine. And then we put a cauldron there, and then hit a cauldron with our wand, and there we go, it is a crucible. And what it does is, and why you need the water source, because the heat source, is because that will boil the water and allow you to, well, make things. It's an interesting way of doing things, and honestly sometimes a little scary. Alright, now I've got this chest just full of random stuff. And we're not going to be using all of this today. This is just things I've grabbed so that I could do research later. We're only going to be doing a small amount of research today. And first thing we're going to make is a basic thing that, well, basically I always make whenever I start Thaumcraft. And that is the Nidor. Oh, we need... oh, paper. There we go, we've got plenty of paper there. Wrong table. Okay, oh, nope. We need you right there. So you put tape or paper here, whatever elements you want to research right here, and then you have this little slider here where either cursory, where it will have a less chance of figuring out research from your item, but also it won't destroy as many, or thorough, it'll get research quicker, but it'll also destroy it in the process much more quickly. And so you can choose back and forth between what you want to do. We've got plenty of coal, so a thorough should be fine. And we've already got something. Yep, there we go. So we got Ignis and Potentia. And we've got this right here so far, which is still gibberish. The more you research, the clearer this becomes. So we should just be able to get the Potentia a little bit further out. There we go. Once it's all the way to the side and has the little wibbly-wobbly things around it, you are good for that. That means that it is finished researching that, this. And as you'll notice, these lit up and this Saxum one disappeared. That means that the recipe that it's, or the, well, the research note it's trying to make here doesn't need that particular one. And we actually already have the name of it because we have 2 things researched out of the 3 that Nidor requires. And this is actually clear text now. We know what it says. So we can pull out the coal and put torches in there. And that should get us the rest of the way. There we go. Now you see the Herba one went away and the Lux one stayed. And that gave us the lux that we needed for this recipe, and when it's wrapped up like this as a regular scroll, that means we've finished. It's recorded and finished all of our research. So we just bring it down here, and then you can take a look at it, and yeah, 100% Nidor, or Ignis, 100% Lux, 100% Potentia. So basically equal parts of each to make a single Nidor. So if we just right-click that, I have researched it, and if we look at our Thaumonomicon, that actually shows it there now, you know, Nidor, Eternal Flame, and we can click it, and it shows exactly what we need to do to create it. So in a Crucible, we need to put 4 Ignis, 6 Lux, and 4 Potentia, and then use 5 this from our wand to make a single Nidor. Now let's see, from the coal is 2 and 2, so we need 2 coal and 3 torches. So if we just take these here, jump up to our Crucible, and do 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3, and then right-click with the wand, the water disappears, and a Nidor popped out of the Crucible, and we have this wonderful thing here. And it is great. It's basically a magic light, and it's probably my favorite thing in all of Thaumcraft. I just love it. Because look at it, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful little light. It's a really cool looking thing. It makes for a really great decoration, and it is a light source, so it does produce a decent amount of light, which is wonderful. But yeah, that is the very, very basics. You have your work table, your research table, research table, and then Crucible. And you just make your way along to figure out all of these different things. You research them as you go. Now, I was kind of hoping that maybe we could get to this point today, but that's kind of a ways away. We need to research a few things before we get to this, because that builds the arcane infuser, which is what you use to build the big things. So the arcane work table is for building small magical items, essentially, and the arcane infuser is for big stuff because it actually requires the crucible here. You put all the items into the crucible that you need to gather all of these different aspects that are on your items, and then those aspects get transferred to the arcane infuser, which you have on the floor or wherever, and then you click it or have your wand in there to power it just like you do for this smaller table. It's quite cool, and you can make some pretty cool things with it. I'm pretty sure that's where you make like the big wands, stuff like that, whereas smaller things like arcane armor and stuff like that can be made on this workbench, or arcane, why do I always forget the name? Arcane work table. There we go. Okay. But yeah, it's a fun mod. There is a lot of really cool stuff with it. Like if we look back at the Thaumanomicon, these are different wands you can make. A wand of excavation's really awesome. You can just blast through any bit of ground with it. It's kind of like the laser, but magically powered. And you move down here, you've got like the little clay golems that will do stuff for you. They'll like pick up things, put them in chests, and do all sorts of other cool things. And I'll be honest, I've never made it past the golems, so I've never gone into this stuff over here. But eventually you can, I've been told, build these jars that can store aspects. Because one of the basics, when I threw those items into the cauldron to make my Nidor, it used up the ignis and potentia from this coal, but the saxum it did not. So when I used the wand, that saxum got released into the atmosphere as flux. And same thing with the torches that I threw in there. The herba aspect got released into the atmosphere as flux, whereas the, now I'm forgetting the name of it, but the lux, yes, the light, did get used up. So anything that is in these objects, because all those little symbols are the aspects that the items have, whatever doesn't get used up in the process of whatever you're making in the Crucible gets released into the atmosphere as flux, which then causes issues later on. But yeah, it can be interesting. And there is one more thing I want to show you before we leave, and I can't remember if I do it in this crafting table or on the workbench. Ah, yes, there we go. Now, these knowledge fragments you can find all over the world in chests, and I've actually got a villager who sells them, and so I grabbed a couple before starting the episode. And what you do is you can put 9 of these knowledge fragments into the crafting bench to get a research note, and this is a research note of an unknown theory. And so we can pop that in there, and then, if I'm remembering correctly, you just have to then figure out what that is, and it basically goes a bit quicker with researching this. So if you'd noticed before we had that research note popped up from the paper, you can take that out whenever you want and research other things. So if we pop this one in, this is a research note of an unknown theory, and let's see if it, nope, doesn't require any of those. Let's see, stone, no, because stone is just saxum. Let's see if it requires lignum. Nope, that grayed out, so it doesn't need it. Let's grab the dirt with solemn. Nope, didn't need that. Let's see, doesn't need either of those. Oh, I was really hoping this would go quicker on this. Okay, I'm just gonna grab a couple of these shards. One of them will probably work. Let's throw in the air shard. Oh, I think we got something here. Yes, so it requires aura, We just pop that up. And there we go. Do we know what this is yet? Golem Dart Launcher. What in the world is that? I have no clue. But yeah, so you can make those research notes, and it basically makes research go a little bit faster. And like I said, you can always take these out, pop in another thing, and start researching something else, which, whoa, that started going quickly. It needs Fractus. I think I've got Fractus somewhere. Yes, Cobblestone. Okay, so we make that, and what in the world is it we just made? Alumentum. Alright, so, yeah, so you can pop in and out different research notes whenever you want, so I can pop those back in there. Let's see if that needs Fractus. It does not. Let's actually take a look at this one that we just got. Throbs with fiery energy. Oh, yes, it's a magical fuel. There we go. So if we look at the Thaumonomicon here real quick, it's this, and it's you know, like coal or anything like that, you can pop it into a generator or a furnace to fuel stuff, and it's basically just magical fuel. It's pretty nice, and it opened us up another little bit of research, so that is good. But yeah, basically everything in the world has different aspects that you can use. The shards are basically pure, really good ones to use for research, and I've got a whole lot of them, so we should be good. But yeah, that's going to be it for this episode. I've just got a whole lot of time of standing here in front of this bench, hitting this research button over and over and over. So, oh, it doesn't need any of those. Or those. Or, oh, it already has that. And that. Ooh, ones it doesn't have. Oh, doesn't need. And yeah, that's basically going to be my time for a little while. Which is why I'm always a little bit hesitant with Thaumcraft, because it just does take a very large time commitment. But it is fun. It makes cool things. So yeah, I hope you have enjoyed and maybe learned something along the way, and that you come back for the next episode, where we'll probably be out here at the Arcology again to play around some more with probably stuff in here. I haven't decided yet, though, but yeah, probably. But yeah, thank you for watching, and as always, my friends, have a good one.